We have all heard from the classic Gnostic text, Apocrypha of John, Gospel of Thomas, Magdalene, the hits. But Nag Hammadi Egypt hid codices far beyond what's popular in print. Ancient texts like the Book of Ja read like some kind of cross between the Tibetan Book of the Dead and the Keys of Solomon, while straight up looking like the floor plan blueprints of a master electrician. Zostrianos reads like a metaphysics manual on occult sciences. Marcides serves as a cosmological map of intelligible realms, but describes them using complex mathematics and Aeonic numerology. Marcides also describes the emergence of our physical world as exporting from a kind of syntax error miscalculated from a primordial lingual code. And the Coptic tripartite tractate is not a gospel or really any sort of narrative at all, but instead a systematic philosophical treatise of speculative cosmology. Today, we might call that theoretical physics. The reason many of these never see the light of day is they'd require so much external commentary that publishers won't hire out for that job. But why are they so difficult? As you already know, the reason we called the Great Pyramid a tomb for so long is because it was studied before our society invented machines to equate it to. Same with Hindu temples, studied before we knew about electromagnetic energy. But Gnostic, Vedic, and modern physics all seem to agree on the concept of an observer effect, that our sentient awareness has a heavy influence on the world we experience. Could it be that the reason these Gnostic texts are so difficult is because we assume them to be strict religious fervor, despite A, knowing that they were written during a time when mathematics, science, and religion were one, and B, not knowing what on earth was going on before those texts were written? It seems that early scholars exclude these texts because they are scientific treatises, and we simply couldn't have known this at the time of study, before we had the scientific models in place needed to read them in a well-lit environment. An axiom often attributed to ancient relics of divine knowledge is a loose-fitting legend about being hidden away for eons until humanity is ready to discover it without hurting ourselves. So perhaps it is finally time for a second look. If you've got an hour, go ahead and hit the description where there's a long-form video on this subject.